Hey, everybody, welcome to Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. I am the creator and host of the show, Sabrina Taylor. And I'm so happy that you guys are here. I know we're a little delayed, but the girly things had to happen back of house. And so thank you guys for being patient. I see you're coming on in. I see you. And when you do, get in here and I want you to grab your handheld, and I definitely want you to start sharing. I see myself down there, and you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start sharing, at least sharing to the Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide page. Yeah. I'm going to do that. And I want to welcome you all in. So glad that you are joining us. I have one of contemporary jazz's best in class tonight. Yes. Ragan Whiteside is here, and I'm just so geeked. And it's been several years she's been here before, and she's coming back. And I'm so glad that she's closing out the year with us. So let's bring Ragan Whiteside on and say hello, sis. Welcome back.
Hello. And sorry about the delay, y'all. You know what? That's on me. That's my fault. So yeah.
You're fine. And they're gonna come in anyway. They came to they didn't come to see me. They came to see the Ragan Whiteside.
Oh.
Well, so how's it been? What's been going on with Ragan?
Whoo.
Oh, I know.
Wow. It's always an adventure. Things have been rolling and new things coming in. Just over the past couple of years, it's been, I've added 2 radio shows, a voiceover career. The kids are getting big, putting out albums, doing shows. I quit my job.
You did?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year now.
Wow. How's it feel? I want to elaborate on that a little bit, because anybody who tells me they've stepped away from the 9 to 5, I want to know how that feels. How does it feel for you?
It is both exhilarating and terrifying. It's because everything kind of, it changes, and it takes a while to get out of that 9 to 5 mindset. I've had a full-time gig for about 100 years. I'm not going to date myself, but 150 years. And so stepping away from it, it's only been a little over a year, and it took me a good, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 months to actually get out of that mindset and get into more of the, okay, things are going to be a little more fluid now. You kind of have to, it's a combination of planning and flying by the seat of your pants. And, all the structure is gone. You have to give yourself your own structure.
Right.
So it's been a journey, just trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how to keep my love of music from becoming work.
Now, you are saying a whole mouthful now, because it is work. People see you on the stage and the lights are on and everybody's shouting your name or dancing or loving on you, but they don't know what it took for you to get there, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Just for one show. I mean, forget about trying to build up to a point where you can get in general, but just the act of making sure the kids are squared away, making sure they're all packed up and they have all their little medicines, so that I'm not getting a phone call when I'm 3,000 miles away talking about, hey, what's going, this is sick. And
Yeah.
just
Oh,
even, stuff like that. And did they remember to bring their book bags? Are they doing their homework? Did you pack all of your makeup? Did you pack all your jewelry? Make sure you bring your backup flute. And it's all this. I mean, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. And it's all this stuff before I even leave the house. And
oh,
then
wow.
you actually have to get there and be professional and do the
Yep.
show and make sure the set list is right, make sure everybody has all the charts and da 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 da. It's a lot. It's a lot before you even get to the stage. By the time
Right.
I step on the stage, it's like,
You're tired.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So do you have an assistant, Reagan?
Um, no. Well, no, no. I have a really great support system,
Yeah.
but an assistant, no,
Yeah,
no.
personal.
No, a
Uh,
personal assistant,
yeah.
no. No, I
Yeah.
think that the closest thing would be, Chat GPT, but
Oh my gosh, got it.
I don't even use that often. So, I could definitely use an
Yeah,
assistant, but right now
it's
it's
all you.
yeah.
Wow. Well, I tip my hat off to you because you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a musician, you're a performer, you're a writer. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. When does Reagan exhale?
That's a good question.
Good question.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking about that today, and I was like, it's because I've been in this role for a few weeks where you just kind of go, 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 go.
Mhm.
Like every
Mhm.
weekend it's something, every day it's something. And I realized today that I have not had any alone time in a few weeks. And it's like, well, no wonder I'm off. But
Exactly. Exactly. But you still do get that glass. So you're a Pinot Grigio lover, right? Is it the Pinot?
yes.
Is it- So you do kind of capture a moment for an adult beverage here and there, yes?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you better.
Definitely,
You
definitely.
gotta get
Sometimes it's tequila, but
oh, look, okay.
sometimes you gotta step it up a notch, but
I love it. Oh my gosh. You're in Atlanta, is that
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. So have you always lived in Atlanta?
No, we've been here for about 12 years. Originally, I'm from New York.
Okay, New
Mhm.
York. You ever think you'll go back, or do you think the ATL is pretty much where you guys want to kind of reside, or
I
hmm?
mean, Atlanta's great. Atlanta's great. I'm always staying open to, opportunities and, so I'm not gonna say, no, we're here forever,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if somebody says, hey, we're gonna pay you $1 million a day to move back to New York,
Well,
it's like,
bye, Atlanta. Exactly,
but
exactly. Oh
Atlanta is
god.
very cool. The kids love it. We love it, and the scene here is really, it's just really happening. It feels like another LA.
Oh,
The entertainment scene and
yeah,
the movie lots, and you walk around the corner and somebody's taping a TV show, and all of the concerts that go on, and the art, and it's very it's very entertainment, artsy, whatever focused.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I dig it.
Hmm. Well, I wanna then kind of, move into the artsy part of you, the entertainment part of you. You are just a phenomenal flutist. I mean, it it's and sometimes when especially if there is an up-tempo, track that's going, it's like, "When does she take a breath?" Jeez. Your lungs are, like, very, very giving, and I'm sure there's a lot of exercise that so do you do a lot of rehearsing I mean, do you have time to rehearse, Reagan? You
Oh,
have
yeah, I
Yeah.
have to. You
Yeah.
said use it or lose it, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I gotta, keep working at it. I also do a lot of cardio. So, I gotta keep my lungs, and I don't smoke, and so
Good
I
for
keep
you.
my lungs pink and
Yep.
expandable and all of that. So, you know, it's one of those things where you really have to take care of your body,
Yep.
and everything is a muscle, so you gotta keep working that muscle.
See, I okay, so I'm gonna be a little messy. So I said, I looked at a video of you one day. I said, she's showing all her legs and thighs. I said, Dennis, Dennis, where art thou? Probably right behind you on the stage somewhere close by. I said, look at her, girl, go.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. You look amazing out there. You really
Thank
do. You are
you.
working the stage.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I can tell those legs are so girls like she can crack a man's neck with those legs. I had to get it. I was waiting for that opportunity. It's all in love, dear. All in love.
Oh,
Oh gosh, you have the strongest legs I've seen yet. I said,
thank
okay.
you.
Ensure those legs,
Oh
Tina.
my
You
goodness.
know?
It's a lot of I've been working with this,
Oh,
amazing personal trainer for the past
I get it.
7 years, darn
Yeah.
near, and he's been just kinda killing me, you know?
Well,
Yeah, his name is Fred Alexander. I promised him I would shout him out, so there it is.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He's
yeah, he's
doing a
been
great
having me do
job.
sprints up and down hills and, all kinds of stuff, running with the parachute, and so it's
What?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's been very, very intense. But
wow. Well,
worth it.
it is. And once it all comes together and you get on stage, it looks lovely.
Thank
Really.
you.
All jokes aside. I had to get that. I had to get this like, Dennis, did you see that? Of course. Of course I saw it. Oh my God. So why the flute? Do you know, it's a beautiful instrument, but you ever thought about prior playing anything else other than the
Oh,
flute?
yeah. I didn't wanna
No?
play the flute to begin with. Um, when I was in elementary school, I really wanted to be in the band so that I could be in this parade called the Band Day Parade that would go through the town that I grew up in, and all the schools, all the elementary, middle school, high school, everybody's band would march through this parade, and at the time, I was playing violin, and
Oh,
they're like, "No, you can't bring a violin and march down the street." And I said,
what?
"Okay, well, you know what? When it's time to join the band, I'm gonna join it." And, Larry Bibb, the band director, he comes around and he says, he's recruiting. And I said, "Okay, I wanna play the drums." And it's, "Oh, it's not enough drums, and all the boys wanna play them, so pick something else." I said, "Okay, I'll play trumpet. We're out of trumpets. Well, what do you have?" They said, "A flute and a clarinet."
Hmm.
I'll take a flute.
Right.
I didn't feel like dealing with reeds. So,
Uh-huh.
I was like,
Smart.
"Okay, the flute
Mhm.
is what it is." And, it took me about a week to get a sound out of it, and, everybody else was playing it. They were like, playing all kinds of whatever, and I'm just like, "What are you doing?" They're, like, getting a sound out, like, after a day, and I'm like, What?" I don't get it, but finally,
Oh,
it clicked, and I
yeah.
was, "Oh, oh." "Oh, well, this is kinda cool. Oh, I
Yeah.
kinda like this." And then I just grabbed any music I can get my hands on,
Yeah.
and just kept playing and kept playing and kept playing until it's like then it was just a part of me.
Wow. And I can tell that because every song has such ebbs and flows of passion, and I mean, it's like you've lived with it for a while. Do you know what I mean? And and it's like, okay, she's really feeling this thing. There's some music really that I hear, and you can't convince me that you really like what you're playing. I've heard not often, but It's like, okay, this is just for either the fun of it or, I'm trying to break into the business or but there are some musicians where I don't believe what they're playing.
Mm,
And I stray away from them.
mm,
And then there are some musicians where every fiber of their being just oozes out every note. Do you know what I mean? And
mhm.
that you're one of those.
Oh, thank you.
You're one of those
I'm
musicians.
relieved.
Yeah. No. And I don't mean to be critical, but it's just, when you have an ear for music and you hear certain things, it's like, do you really believe what you're singing? As a singer.
Mhm, mhm,
Because some people can do the acrobatics and it's, all of that.
mhm,
But when you're singing like a Whitney,
mhm.
it's you have my undivided attention. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way that it is with instrumentalists as well. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you really do have to be passionate about
yep,
what you're playing,
yep.
and if you're not, it's like, you gotta find a way to be passionate about it.
Yeah, if
You
you're
know?
gonna do it.
There's been plenty of times where, like, in my dues paying days, which I still feel like I'm in, but in my
Mhm.
early dues paying days,
Right.
would end up, on some random gig and I'm playing some random music that I just don't even get.
Exactly.
I gotta fake it at least.
Yep, get through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm, it definitely it affects, your ease and sense of being comfortable on stage when you're playing something that you might not really be into versus something
Right.
that is really near and dear to your heart.
Exactly. And you spoke that perfectly. I mean, I couldn't have explained it like that. But you just literally took the words out of my mouth. And before we go to break, because I have been chatting with you, I forgot all about the first break of the night. But who inspires you? What's been your inspiration along the way?
Oh, so many things and so
Yeah.
many people. Um, it's almost impossible to say, but I am often inspired by people who have overcome
Mm.
obstacles, people who are trailblazers,
Mm.
um, people who just kind of say, you know what, I really don't give a bleep 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 bleep
Yeah.
bleep.
I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, you know
Ah,
that's
exactly.
that's really the heart of who I am. I don't give a blah 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 blah.
Right.
What you think? I'm gonna go on and do what I feel I want to do or
Wow.
need to do.
Right. Absolutely. And then musically, who are some of those who have influenced you along the way, Reagan?
Mm, Dave Valentine,
Mm,
Kathleen Battle,
really?
opera singer. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Um, she has the most amazing stage presence. And for somebody who is as petite as she is,
Mhm.
um, for her to get on this enormous stage and, standing in front of an orchestra when she's doing her solo stuff and filling up, you know, a theater that has thousands of seats, and she just, whew, I mean, the the power that
Yep.
comes out of such a small body, it's
Yep.
unbelievable, and she does it with such grace. And I was just in awe of that from the time I was about 14 when it was the first time I saw
Oh,
her live.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, we've got to cut in just for a couple of minutes or two to do a break, probably not even that long, to do our first break of the night. Reagan Whiteside is here. She's back. She's looking beautiful. I've made her blush 100 times since she's been back. I can do that because that's my sister. But in any event, you guys, thank you so much. Reagan, hang out for for just a minute or two. We'll be right back with you in just a minute. And everybody, thank you so much for coming on tonight to listen to Ragan and I chew the fat and talk a little clinic about music and her journey and all that it takes to make up her persona on stage, which is amazing as an artist. She really sings through her flute, and so I love her. I just do, hands down. So listen, there's more coming up with Ragan Whiteside, so don't go too far. We're going to come right back with more of our special guest in just a little bit. Join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to hear the stories of artists you love and discover artists you'll learn to love on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide via Facebook and YouTube. We are expanding. You can locate us on 7 affiliate radio stations, rebroadcasting Unsigned Artist Reveal worldwide segments around the globe. Come on, join the indie community. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide, literally worldwide. We've had the Pete Project on there from Budapest. They were actually out in LA when they came on. I've had artists from Bali on. Do you remember? I've had artists from the UK. I'm telling you, it's just been a whirlwind affair, sort of, with the artists because I love great music. I love the contemporary jazz genre. And one of my favorite artists is on right now, Ragan Whiteside. She's here. Yay.
Yay.
I want to ask you about some of the challenges being an independent. You know, I pose this question here and there, and most of the times, some of the answers are very similar. But I'm interested to know because I'm seeing you kind of, and it could be assumptive, but I'm seeing you just in leaps and bounds. You've just exploded onto the scene, and you're everywhere. Every time I turn around, I'm seeing Ragan Whiteside. So, are there challenges for you as an independent artist, and can you share at least one of what those?
I mean, the whole thing is a challenge.
The
Go
whole,
figure.
the whole pie, right?
Yes. You know, I think, it's just from a practical standpoint, you're
Mhm.
talking about putting together all these different pieces
Right.
that you need to make a whole career, right? And you have everybody and their grandmother saying, "Don't do this, this doesn't matter. Don't do that. That doesn't matter."
Right.
Like for example, recently, well, not even just recently. I mean, I've been seeing this over and over again in Facebook posts and comments, whatever, whatever. It's like, oh, I don't know why these artists want to, brag about their Billboard status or how
Oh,
well
yeah.
they're doing on radio and this and that and the other. And usually that is coming from a promoter.
I knew the P word was coming out of
And then that is subsequently followed with, you just got to put the butts in the seats. And it's like,
Mm.
all right, let's
Uh-oh.
let's get one thing straight once and for all. Okay. You need every single piece in order to be successful.
Correct.
Okay. You want to get butts in the seats? Well, then people have to know who you are because 9 times out of 10, people aren't going to spend money to go see somebody that they have no idea who they are.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So, how do you do that? Okay. Well, you got to work that social media. Yes. You got to work those streaming things. Yes. You have to be on the radio. Now, not saying that radio is the be all end all because it
No, I
really
get it.
I
Sure.
know plenty of people who have, 0 hits and gig all over the place all the time. But there's also pros and cons to that because, if you're not getting your name out there via, a vehicle like radio or
Right.
social media, then what you're doing is for X amount of years, you're taking a whole bunch of gigs that either don't pay anything or pay something that, you're barely breaking even on, and that's only if you don't eat anything that weekend. Um, you're gonna be doing you're gonna be doing these gigs, until you build up a following, and that takes forever. And then when you finally do build up that following, are you still into it, or are you tired? Are you tired? Because I know.
Whoa.
So, um, or you get out here, and either way, it's all about where you're putting your money, your time, and your energy. So it takes a lot of different things to build up that career.
True.
You want to get, the butts in the seats, you gotta market yourself,
Right.
and then once you do market yourself, you gotta put on a good show. You can't get up there and put people to sleep. So,
Right.
it's like this whole, you have to look at it holistically.
Correct.
You have to look at it with a bird's eye view and really see, okay, oh, I haven't updated my website in 2 years. Maybe I need to do that.
Hello.
I need to put out an album. I haven't put out a single in 2 years. Okay,
Mm,
well, and it's just one of those things where you have to constantly look at every piece of the puzzle and
right.
just keep putting those pieces together. It's not
True.
just one thing. So,
Nope.
artists, I'm here to tell you, you have success at radio. You tell everybody. You tell, don't be quiet about it. That's your success. You go on and you tout that. You have a lot of followers. You go on and tout that. You have a bunch of gigs. You go on and tout that, because all those things together is what is going to make you successful. Not just one. You got to have the whole thing.
Hope. Exactly. And I am so proud of you for sharing that. I mean, everything you said was so on point, so timely, and pieces of it I've preached forever, and I've gotten a lot of flack for it, particularly the social media end. But that's where people live, though, Reagan,
Hmm.
on social media. So if the one part is always, 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 always radio, and that's where the lion's share of your music is going, mm, here's my thing. Nothing against radio, but really, and I'm sure I'm going to get flack for this too. Everybody's listening to Spotify.
Okay, so with that, did you know that a lot of the Spotify, and then not just Spotify, Amazon,
And
Apple
other,
Music,
right,
all these
exactly.
things,
Mhm.
a lot of those editorial playlists that um, are responsible for a lot of the discovery that you
Mm.
get, of new music and whatnot, they're chart watchers.
Uh,
A lot of them, not all of them, not all of them,
no, I get it.
a lot
I
of
get
them are
it.
chart
Mhm.
watchers. So,
Mhm.
okay, so they're watching the chart. Are you on the chart? How am I going to
True.
get on the chart? And that's why I say it's like this whole
It's a
360.
totally.
Yes, you got to do everything. You got to do everything. You got to have the social media, you got to have the radio, you got to have the shows, you got to da 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 da. It's a lot.
There are many spokes in a wheel.
Mhm.
So when one's broken, you can feel it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? A car can still move, but it's kind of bumpy. Do you know what I mean? Along the way
Mhm.
until everything moves smoothly. And to be honest, um, sometimes people just don't know how to build a team.
Mm.
So if you're unsure about what a cohesive team looks like, ask somebody. And then that can help because I think some people feel weird that, well, I don't want people to know that I don't know. What's what's with the pride and stuff? There's no room for pride.
No. Mm-mm.
Not in this business,
No.
right?
Yeah.
And so get your tribe together, get your team together, and when it works, you work it. And like you just said, don't let another person talk you out of what's working for you.
Right.
I'm all for whatever works for you. You do it till the cows come home. I know that's an old adage, but you do what is good for you. And if it is building your brand, if it is increasing your followership, if it is helping you to attain gigs, then you're doing something right. But it's not gonna. You didn't build Rome overnight, so it's not gonna happen overnight. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing. Girl, you came out the gate tonight, didn't you?
I
Like,
probably said too
oh,
much. I'm probably going to hear it tomorrow, but you know what?
since you asked me, Sabrina,
I'm
I'm
tired.
gonna tell you. Um, listen, and it's very political overall
Mhm.
because one part has everything to do with the other, and I mean the players who the artists funnel through, who they go to for A, B, C, and whatever. It's all kind of interconnected.
It really is.
And it is. And if you make one part mad, then you may lose. You know where I'm going.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's all it's all get out of my way. It's all politics.
Yeah. There's a lot of
It's
politics.
all politics, and
Mhm.
so I understand you getting tired. But what I love is that when you get on stage, I don't see any of that. You have just let it all go. You're
Yeah.
having fun. You are
That's
doing what you love to do, and that is
a happy
play.
place.
It is your sweet spot. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, once you get on stage, all of that, it's almost meditative because
Ooh.
everything just kind of falls away. And the only thing that you're focusing on is that music.
Mm.
You
Love it.
know, that's your focus. That's the music, the people around you playing the music, and and it's you're only focused on one thing. And so everything else falls away and there's no more stress. And you get off the stage and you feel amazing.
Do you know what, Reagan? My heart is that, I grew up in the age where the people made the choice. If
Mm-hmm.
it was good, the people were going to choose it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But it's not so much that way anymore. And I would love to see, the people have the ability to decide who's number one.
Mm.
Not an entity, not a group of people who are politically correct or incorrect, whatever one you want to call it.
Mhm.
But I would love to see the people who are listeners, lovers, enthusiasts of the music who go out and buy these tickets, these VIP tickets. They're supporting the artists, they're on social media, they're following them. I want to see them make the choice.
Mm.
Why not? It used to be that way.
Yeah.
Now, now, let me say this. I do know that, in the days of old, there were all these other, kinds of variables, but for the most part, the people had the say. They could call into a radio station and wear out a DJ saying, "Man, can you play the such and such? I want to hear Frankie Beverly and Mays. I want to hear
Mhm.
Frankie Beverly and Mays. I want to hear Frankie Beverly and Mays." Dang, somebody likes Frankie Beverly and Mays, right?
Mhm.
But they had access to the person spinning the music, and now it's all pre-programmed. You can't get to that person anymore. It's only the people who are paying those programmers. Their money gets to them, not the
Mhm.
people who listen to the music. Does that
Mm.
make sense?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I would just love to see some of that come back. Because history
Yeah.
is known for repeating itself. Do you know?
Oh, for sure. For sure. And
So
I think to a certain extent, I think that not as much as it used to be,
mhm,
back in the day, but um people are looking at the social media numbers. When I say people, I mean like
the
the
promote.
labels,
Mhm.
the decision makers and everything. And they are looking at the social media numbers. And if you're working that and, the numbers, as long as your numbers are,
Hmm. What was that, Reagan?
are
Hmm.
honest,
I love it.
as long as your numbers are honest,
Oh,
they're
I love it.
it's very telling as to, what your reach is and if people are digging what you're doing and stuff like that. But even then, it's such a small piece of what the decision makers are looking for.
Right.
And
Exactly.
ultimately, I don't think anybody really knows what they're looking for. But it's one day it'll swing back because everything is cyclical.
Exactly.
I mean, you see
Exactly.
vinyl coming back, so
My point exactly, sis. And I think our one of our sisters, was that Costella? She says they no longer break artists on the radio. That's because it has been confined.
mhm.
That's why. You know, and there are no CD players in cars.
Yeah,
There are radios in cars, but there are no CDs
right.
either. You know, um, I'm I'm praying for a full swing, a full tilt, again, of the people sharing their hearts. And you know what? When you go viral, basically, that's radio. That's like radio, you
Yes.
know, because now they have the full final say. And then after that, then of course, those powers that be can't ignore that the people like you.
Mhm. Right.
So again, you just said it at the top of this whole conversation. There are different pieces, and one of them was social. Get into the social so
Mhm.
people can know about you, and it makes all the difference in the world. I love it when I see someone who's like, it's like a, oh my God, and it had nothing to do with radio, it had nothing to do with promotions. It
Mhm.
was just strictly viral. The
Yes.
people made the decision. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, that's not the way it's all going to play out for everybody, right?
Right.
So, um, just me up on my soapbox. I you know, just wanted to share. But I do want to, before I take the last break of the night, I want to ask you if you would ever consider being on a major label. I know you're independent. Randis
Mhm.
Music is your label. Would you ever consider a major?
I mean, for the right situation, sure.
Right. Yeah.
I'm always open to everything. I'm never gonna shut myself off from an opportunity,
Opportunity.
you know?
Absolutely.
Um, as long as it's the right situation. Yeah, I would do it for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
For a minute anyway.
Eh, you never know what you're gonna get.
Mhm.
You never know. But like you said, for all the right reasons, and you can discuss and negotiate the right terms. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I totally, totally agree. Well, I wanna take the last break, and I wanna come back, and I wanna talk about some of the producers on some of the prior projects, including the one we're going to listen to along the way.
Mhm.
And I know you like to collaborate, and that's what I love a lot about most of the artists in the, I don't want to call it smooth jazz, contemporary.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's what. Oh Lord, contemporary. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, but I think I lost. Hold on, just a sec. That's what you get when you're live. And you can hear me clear?
Yep.
Okay. I think it's my. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to try and fix this because if you can hear my voice and you can't see my face, something's wrong with my camera. You should be playing something. Where's your flute? That is so funny. Well, I don't have it with me. Well, I'm going to unplug my camera. Hey guys, I lost my picture. And definitely it's my camera. I know it is. I think there's like a short in it, and I definitely will edit this for radio. Um, Hang on, let's see if I can find another USB port to plug it into. That's all it is my port. Mm-hmm. And she's just sitting there posed so beautifully while I do this. Thank you, Ragan.
No problem. I would tell a joke, but I only know dirty ones. So
Oh, Reagan. No, not dirty ones. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if it'll. Okay. I'm getting somewhere because I saw that move. Hey guys. That's when you need some extra music in the background. Yes.
Mhm. But I can say hi, I see Heidi Tan in there. I see Demetrius Neighbors. We played together in Jamaica. And I got a story about him. Okay, so
Tell the story.
when we so we did this gig in Jamaica, and him and the band, they were flying in from Detroit, and I was already there, and their flight got delayed, and then you're going into another country, so you have to go through customs and all this. So the show, like, when it came time to actually hit the stage, we hadn't done a sound check, we had barely done a line check,
Uh-oh.
and we all met at that moment right before we started playing. And Demetrius and the entire band
Uh-oh.
played like they had been playing with me for years.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And that was so, like, it was just, I mean, because it was a little like, it was like, okay, are we gonna do this? Because honestly, when you're playing with different bands and everything, you honestly, you never know what you're going to walk into.
True.
Everybody has a different definition of what doing the homework actually means.
Wow.
Some people, say, "Oh yeah, I looked at it," and meanwhile they come to rehearsal and their face is like an inch away from the chart, like they've never seen it before. And
Right.
then you have bands that will say, "Now we got this," and have the whole thing memorized,
Oh, wow.
and then everything in between. So, so it's really, it's kind of a crapshoot. And but Demetrius and his guys, man, they nailed it. They nailed it. They absolutely nailed it. And I was so, like, one, relieved, and two, thrilled, because then you can, like, just go on and stop thinking that you have to conduct the band while you're playing. That is very difficult to do. Hey, there you are.
I know, right? I'm not going to touch my computer. I won't touch my computer. Oh God. There's a short in my USB plug. I have another camera, but guess where it's at? It's way downstairs on another computer.
Nah, just, you're cool.
I I hmm.
We're
I
good.
don't even I'm not gonna even take a break. Because if I touch it, I'm kind of afraid that I may just lose everything. But I'll be careful because I do have to go in and play your premiere. So for right now, I think we're good. I think I got excited and I was like, oh boy, it's dark. Oh, but thank you for sharing that story. Where have you traveled where it's like, I gotta come back here? Have you traveled to a
Oh
place like
boy.
that? Yeah.
Majorca.
Oh.
Majorca, it's a small island off the coast of Spain.
Ooh.
And I swear, when the time comes, that's going to be one of my retirement spots. It's just it was just so beautiful, and the culture, it's very laid back. You get up, you have coffee, you work, you have lunch, you work, you take a break, you have more coffee, you have some wine,
I
you go
love
back,
it.
then you party, then you do the whole thing all over again the next day. And it's like, yes, this is my speed right here. And the food,
Oh god.
coffee was off the chain. The wine, they were like, oh, this is just some old raggedy house wine. And it was like, are you serious?
Raggedy housewife.
Raggedy house wine? I want to, what are y'all drinking over here? So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, listen, I am going to um, try and see if you guys pray for me while I do this. I'm going to try and see if I can do this break. You know what? I
You
want to
got
look up here and see what kind of comments I have, because I haven't really have we haven't acknowledged our guests.
There are so many. And
I
Casella is there, and she just got number one. I think it was somewhere overseas for her new song. She did a fabulous rendition of Nights Over Egypt.
I love
And
that song.
yes, yes. And I see Jesse Thompson. I got to play with him too. I mean, I see this is like a family reunion. I see it.
It is. It is. I see them. I see um, all of the people here in the chat, and some of them I didn't overlook, you guys. I have just been really trying to focus um, on the guest. I want to say hey to everybody that's coming in and who are commenting. This means a whole lot. And tonight's show, Reagan, and I didn't tell you this, but I guess I should have. This is like my last show of the whole year. 'Cause,
Oh,
yeah, I want to take some time. I have not taken off really a Monday since I
mm,
relaunched in January of this year.
mm.
Mhm. So I wanted to step back
Time for a
and
break.
get the yes, yes, and schedule everything for 2025. I've got some artists that I'm really happy about that's coming in 25. And so, and then, it's holiday time. People are going to be with family in the next, what, couple of weeks or so. And then it happens again in December and it's all Christmas music. So the decision was, I think I will just make this my last show of 2024. And I'm so glad that it was with you.
I'm honored.
I know, right? So glad that you came on and you are here with us. We are definitely going to have the music premiere really, really soon. I think I can take that break, and when I come back, there are some. There was some. I kind of got sidetracked when I lost visual here. I definitely want to talk about your brand. You have a brand. You really do. Even at the beginning, you kind of talked about it as we got on the air. And I want to just ask a few questions and then recognize some of your accolades. Man, you just got a lot going on. And I am so super proud of you, for real, for real.
Oh, thank you
I
so
really,
much.
really, really am. So listen, hang out for just a moment. We're going to take that last break. And guys, thank you so much for laboring with me. It's never happened the whole year. So that means I need to replace my camera. Um, and that's okay because um, sometimes things just break. Technology does what it does until it doesn't do it anymore, right? So listen, hang out with me. I have a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to continue to chat with our special guest tonight, Ragan Whiteside. All right? Don't go away. We'll be right back on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the indie platform Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide, where the artist shares their story and I premiere their latest release. Connect with Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide here, live from New York City. The Loft, every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on, Join the indie community. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. And I'm really, really happy that the show has begun to become syndicated. I am actually now on 8 radio stations. The Loft, New York, being the 8th, Ragan, the 8th radio station. How'd that happen?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been a labor of love. Um, and as you were talking about what you do before you go on stage, the things that I do for the sets and all the setups and all the promos and all the graphics and everything, it takes time. It's very labor intensive, but I do it because I really love it. I could do this all day, every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week.
That's good. I mean, because you got to love it.
You-
It's a whole lot. You better love it, you know.
I know, right? And so I'm just so appreciative of all the artists from the whole year who've come on board. And they've helped to make the show actually what it is. If I didn't have the artists, if I didn't have everybody who comes on, I'd just be on here looking at the camera. It wouldn't be unsigned artist review. Oh God. And Demetrius, hi there, my friend. Um, that was an old message. He said he could hear me, but he couldn't see me. Yeah, I was having some technical difficulties, and I'm so glad we kind of got those things resolved. I wanted to ask you about your brand. So you've really grown since the last time you were here. Okay, so now you're a voiceover artist.
Mhm.
How that happened?
Well, I went to this conference because I mean I've always done like voices and I read to the kids a lot in different voices. I can't just read a story straight. I always do a lot of different
Oh,
crazy things. And there's a conference called That's Voiceover. And I was like, I went just to kind of just to learn about the industry. And they had some auditions. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go and let's just see, let's get a status. Let's see if I could actually do this. And so one of the auditions was called the CBS Spotlight and Audition Spotlight. And if you won, you got a paid gig, doing voiceovers for a television station out in LA on CBS, and yeah, and I won out of
yay.
1,000 people, and
Uh,
I was shocked, and I was like, huh, well maybe I could, get into this. So, one of the things that I won was a chance to get on the roster at a major agency.
oh,
Yeah. And so, I am always reminded, and I always know this, that, the way I got into voiceover is very atypical. Um,
right.
you know, it's definitely it just doesn't happen this way normally.
Mm-mm,
But,
mm-mm.
it's not like it's some magic wand kind of situation because
Sure.
you still got to audition, you still got to train, you still
Yeah.
do the demos, you still have to, all of this stuff. And so I just kind of skipped a couple of steps to get in, but I really do enjoy it. It's very fulfilling.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
WCLK.
WCLK. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I've been on every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern for the past 4 years.
What? That
Yeah,
long? Come
yeah.
on. It has not been that
Actually,
long.
wait. I started in 2020. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
And um and that spun off into a syndicated show that I have called The Get Down with Ragan Whiteside, and that's on.
Yep.
It's growing now. It's on in North Carolina, Florida, and Connecticut.
Yay.
And so, and that show is a little different from what I do at
Let us
WCLK.
see. Okay.
But
Gotcha.
it's still me. And yeah, so it's radio, being in radio, has definitely opened my eyes to a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally see as an artist.
Right.
And I listen to music differently now. It's
Yep.
probably completely destroyed for me now, but
I get it. I
but
totally get it. Yeah. Yep.
yeah. But
Wow.
I really do. I enjoy it, and I listen to a lot of music. So anybody who's out there who's listening right now, you can, send me some stuff. I'm always listening. So
I love that. I really do. So, what about endorsements? Are you in the wings? Is there something in the wings for
I have one endorsement
okay.
for in-ear monitors. It's
Okay.
Empire Ears,
Yeah.
and but that's it so far. Flute endorsements are hard to get,
Are they
especially
really?
especially for non-classical people.
Got it.
Even though I am a former classical flautist,
That's what I thought. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, outside of classical music, it's hard. So
Well, you could be the very one to break that mold and just get out there and, do things that's not normal. And that's what I love. I love to see people who are truly and thoroughly surprised. It's like, but it's not easy to do.
yeah, yeah.
So anything is possible. Anything's possible.
Hmm.
And I want to ask you, well, I, I'm going to go here first. So 2023
Hmm.
NAACP Image Award nominee. How'd that feel? I know, right?
And that was an experience, and I met so many people, and I was rubbing elbows with so many celebrities. I was just like, wow, like I got a picture backstage with Morris Chestnut,
No way.
dude.
I'm so jealous right now.
Oh my God. But he was not the only one. I mean, Sherry Shepherd. I mean, it
Right?
was just
Oh God. Star-studded, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing look,
Hmm?
Angela Bassett walked past me, and I didn't even, I mean, she was like 2 feet from me,
Oh
and
God.
I couldn't even breathe. I was just like, oh, wow. Just it
Oh
was talking
God.
about like Hollywood royalty,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
so it was really, really wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
And seeing everything from that aspect, and all of the behind the scenes stuff. And
Sure.
I presented at one of the events, and
Yeah.
so reading the teleprompter, even though I had like two lines, and it's like I have it memorized forever. It's seared into the back of my eyelids,
Like,
at
mm-mm.
a teleprompter.
Yep.
um
Mhm.
so it was just amazing. And then of course, once you get a taste of that, you want it back,
More.
you know?
One more.
Yes.
More, more. There will be more because you are definitely um, a force to be reckoned with in this industry. And you do it with such grace. And I love your personality. I mean, all the all the right things are in place. And so just keep doing it. And I know you're going to be saying, Sabrina, I won. I got 4 NAACP awards. No, it's just I love when people win. I celebrate, you know, even the smallest wins. Because to me, I know what I'm doing. I'm sowing seeds. And so because I know my win is coming soon too. And I want people to celebrate. I don't want people hating because I'm winning. I mean, and that's really cruel. When you are celebrating, you want people to celebrate with you, and instead they're like, "Yeah, whatever." It's like, what? What's wrong with that picture?
Par for the course.
I know, right? I know.
Mhm.
And so then 4-time Smooth Jazz Network Best Artist nominee.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I really enjoy submitting to that because I know that it's a fan driven
Exactly. Yeah.
kind of thing, and so it just feels really good, you know,
Forward.
just to be, yeah, to be in the mix that way, and it's just really it's makes me feel wonderful. It makes it
Oh,
all worth it.
I wanna share this that Rose Lady Edmond just stated. She said, "I can definitely see Reagan becoming the Samara Joy of the flute." I'm telling you.
Oh, thank you so much.
For
I
real.
think that I mean, I think Samara is like, 50 years younger than I am, but yes,
I just think it's the gift. It's she's comparing the gifts.
Yeah,
She has such a warm, inviting tone when you listen to her sing. I
yeah,
mean, I can just sit and I can just listen. She's so captivating. And so it is with you. There is something about your tone, your sound that just captivates the ear. And I truly believe that that's what she's
yeah, and I
referencing. And
appreciate that.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, she is. And so, yeah, she said in terms of her performance ability and stage presence. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Castella is co signing on that. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Um, there was another award that you won in 2022. Tell us about it in Atlanta.
Yes, the Jazz Music Awards. It was, I don't know if it was the first, but it was definitely one of the few
One of the few.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
award ceremonies specifically for jazz as a whole, not just mainstream, not just
Correct.
but or contemporary. It was all encompassing, and it was really just a beautiful show. It was very well put together, and it was at the Cobb Energy Center, which is a very large, nice theater in Atlanta, and it was really nice to see all of, well, a good many of the jazz musicians from the different uh, factions, no, but the different sectors of jazz, and there was no, oh well, you do that kind and you do that kind of
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
talk. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't
None of that.
that
Yeah.
at all. And it was really cool because the two people who presented me with the award were two people that I played in a band with way back in the day in an all female uh, jazz band called Sage.
Oh,
And it was, I mean, it was just like a full circle kind of thing. And because I mean, we've been in the trenches, you know, um, a lot of us that are out here at the same time. I mean, the band, Lakeisha Benjamin, sax player, and she just got nominated for her third and fourth Grammy. Um,
wow.
Tia Fuller, um, even Jasmine Horn. She wasn't in the group, but she was around. And Brandy Younger, she was also, I think she was nominated for a Grammy,
Got
and
it.
she's Graminated. Uh,
I love that word.
that is a new word right there. She was Graminated.
Oh,
And
gosh.
we were coming up together, um,
Mm.
doing all the gigs and really honing our crafts, and it was just really nice to reunite with them on that night
Wow.
and just celebrate.
Right. Right. Well, I'm I'm thoroughly um, thrilled and just happy to see you once again come back to the show. Um, But before I get to the premiere, I want to talk about the latest single that's out. Um, Produced by whom? Who?
Dennis Johnson.
Dennis.
Yes.
Okay, Dennis. Stop doing his thing. I love that because a lot of your music that I've heard, Bob Baldwin
Mhm.
has kind of done a lot of it.
A lot
Chris
of it,
Big
yeah.
Dog, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and yeah, worked with Big Dog on, "Don't You Worry About a Thing" on my last album.
yeah. Now, one of my favorites, as far as CDs, is Thrill Ride.
Mm,
So, who produced that CD?
that was Dennis and Bob,
And
Dennis
Bob.
Johnson
Okay,
and Bob
a
Baldwin.
collaboration. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, and then, Chris Big Dog Davis did the one song.
Got it, got it. But Thrill Ride did extremely well on in radio.
Yes, yes. It was I think did that one go to number 1? I think it did. But that was just a fun album to do, and it was really it was just kind of in the progression of where I want to go.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How many albums to date? 6, 7?
6, yeah, I'm
Six
working on number
on the
7 right now.
7th. Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you excited about the 7th one?
I am. This is the first album that I will be doing without a day job.
Oh,
Very first one. So it's gonna have a whole lot of release in it.
I'm sure.
Whole lot of emotion, a whole lot of angst, a whole lot of everything, you know?
I I can only imagine. I can't wait to hear it. So is Bob going to contribute to this album as well in any way? Baldwin?
Ah, it's always possible.
Possible? Yeah. Yeah, Chris, do you have any ideas?
Uh, it's always
It's
possible.
up. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
She's keeping it a secret, you guys. And that's cool. That's cool. Talk about stepping out. I love everything about the sound, the feel, the ladies, the video. How'd that come to so who are the writers and how was it inspired?
Dennis, Bob, and myself,
Got it.
we wrote that,
Mhm.
and it was really, that song. We were working on that song as I was transitioning out of my day job.
Oh, got it. Got it.
It was in the flow of things, and it was so I really wanted to just have it's almost like a celebratory kind of song. Just yeah, I'm going, I'm doing it, I'm getting out. Although the video is just plain fun, you know.
It is. It
Yes,
is.
and the ladies in the video, they are some of the most talented women.
Oh,
They're my glam squad. They keep me looking,
I know, right?
you know. Um, and so it was while we were doing the video. So they're in the video, and they was like pause. And they go and they do all my face and my hair and everything. Then we're back in the video, and then some of it they just ended up shooting them fixing me up, and that became
Oh, part of the
so some of
video.
the some of the things where you see where they're actually like fixing me,
I saw
that's
that.
real.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
That was real, yes.
Oh, wow. Well, I am so thrilled to be able to premiere Stepping Out tonight on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. Everybody, you know what I want, the emojis, the hearts, all the little cutesy things that you guys do, the dancing ladies, and whatever the emojis are that you feel when you hear the song. It is really a great song, and I want you guys to enjoy it. Listen, hang out with us. We are going to be back in just a few more minutes, and we're going to wrap things up, but not before I premiere the music premiere tonight by Ragan Whiteside. Stepping Out, you guys. It's going to be great. Hang out. We'll be back. Well, I tell you what, Rose Lady said, now I know what Sabrina was talking about. How did she say it? I'm like, Sabrina, when does she breathe? Oh my God, it's like you want to breathe for you. Okay. Like, nope, not right there. Okay, got it. You
Ah,
guys were having so much
it
fun.
was fun shooting it. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we just bugged out all day. So, yeah.
Sure, it's celebratory going on. Costella thought it was such a cute video. Rose Lady said, "Phew, child, it was fire. I'm telling you, like you guys were just hanging out, nothing bothered you. It was just a night for ladies' night out.
Mhm.
Just stepping out and having a good time. And that's what it's about. You got one life to live, and speaking of that, well, I guess I probably should have asked you a little bit about and don't let me forget to ask you about the luminaries who've gone on and how that's impacted you because I really want to know.
Mm.
But how's the record doing at radio?
It did very well. It's in recurrent now, but,
Ah,
yeah, it got up to, I wanna say it was number 7
ooh,
on Billboard, yeah,
Billboard,
yeah.
yeah. You're always in that top 10. You like live in the top 10. That's like your home now. The top 10. Oh, I'm in
Never
billboards,
take
just
it for
top
granted,
10.
though. I
You know I'm
never take
messing
it for
with you.
granted, yeah.
I'm just having fun with you, and that, definitely is an honor. And
Mhm.
are you touring?
Um, I mean, is it the official Taylor Swift get on a private jet and go around the world? No, but
Nah.
but
Right,
but
right.
I am out quite a bit. The next show is in, Lexington, Kentucky, with
Oh,
Lamech.
okay. Oh, I bet that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we've
Yeah.
never met, so this is gonna be cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I wanna circle back to what I asked you not to let me to forget, the luminaries.
Mhm.
There are so many that have just gone on. How has that or has it at all impacted, you as an artist, your music? Um,
You know, a lot of the luminaries that have gone on, they're part of a generation that is getting older,
I
and we're gonna be losing more and more of them, and
know.
it's hard, because you lose them and it's like, okay, well, who is there to fill in
Correct.
space, you know,
Mhm.
because of the changes in the industry, I'm not sure that there's a whole lot that could fill that
Yeah.
that space. I mean, the opportunities are different now.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
are. Mhm.
you're not. It's hard to say. I mean, you look at Quincy Jones. I mean, he composed or produced or
Mm,
whatever
mhm.
for everything across the board,
It's true.
television, stage,
Yep,
film. I
yep.
mean, and that's
Everything.
true. I mean, is it even possible to get those kinds of opportunities these days and be able to work across the board like that? I don't know,
Right.
but what a legacy! What a
True.
legacy! And his music is just gonna just keep going for generations.
Right. Exactly. And honestly, I know legacy is a huge word, when you're talking about luminaries such as, a Quincy Jones, and so or a Frankie Beverly.
Mm,
When you hear them, you know them, and it's like it's on.
right.
But my prayer is that they won't be the only generation leaving, uh, a legacy that shifts things when they're missing. I want to see those who are now, becoming seasoned and that are out there. I want to see them
Mhm.
come up and be the legacy for those who are coming behind them. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
I, I don't want those voids to remain
right.
there. And my prayer is that the music is what's driving us.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to eat. You know what I mean? I know that. I know that. But they, those who are gone before us, they loved the music. They had a passion. They had this um, extraordinary drive for music. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just hoping that they have passed that down like
Mhm.
you know, like a George Duke. You know,
Mm,
when keyboardists think about him, it's like, oh boy.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, how do you show homage to him or I hope that something from him trickles down and then they can continue to pass on the legacy. That's my heart, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that happens. I mean, when you really think about it, music as we know it today, hasn't really been around that long.
Nope.
The way it has been popularized, it's
Yeah.
just from, the 40s, let's say the 1940s
Yep.
till today, you
Today.
it it's a whole new thing. They didn't, they weren't exalting people, I mean, other than like Beethoven,
Right.
before
Yeah.
that, it was like, so it's we're this whole cycle of everything, and the people who pushed the music forward from the 50s all the way. I mean, again, bringing up Quincy Jones. I mean, he was in his 90s.
Yep.
You know, um, this is he was one of the pioneers.
He was. Yeah.
He was one of the pioneers, and so, what do you do when the
Mhm.
pioneers, the first wave of the
Right.
pioneers, is the
That
very first, this is the very first wave,
I
honestly.
I know.
We haven't had enough time to really, so this is where we're heading into uncharted waters.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I'm truly looking forward to what you're bringing to the table. Um, and your music is again just phenomenal. And I can't wait for the new CD. Early spring of next year or
It'll be out in okay, 25.
it's like, don't put a time on me, Sabrina. I told you, barely.
I'm trying. I got 2 kids. I gotta,
I know, honey. I know. I
I
get
don't
it.
remember having that much homework when I was 6 and 8. So,
You said a mouthful. Wow. I can't wait to see you live. Someone else said that. Not sure who it was, but someone else said they can't wait to see you live. I think it might have been
thank you.
Heidi Tan, but definitely going to celebrate you when I finally get to hug your neck and see you live. You're gonna sign something, t-shirt, whatever it is.
Mhm.
But I truly enjoy you, and thank you so much for making this such a memorable end. There's just been so many that have come on, but this one was really, really, really special. I don't know the affinity that I have, but I appreciate God for it, and I just want to see you go to higher heights and soar. I tell Castella that all the time. Just keep soaring, because the song that you did with her,
Mhm.
amazing, Nights Over Egypt. That was amazing.
She
That
did
was
an amazing job.
Didn't she? She
Yes.
really, really did.
Mhm. The whole
So
team, Jeff Kennedy and crew,
yeah,
everybody. Yeah.
I know, right? I
Mhm.
know. Well, I want you guys to follow Ragan. Go to the hub, reaganwhiteside.com. You see her social handles there. Pretty much everything is Reagan Whiteside. All roads kind of lead there.
Mhm.
And just connect with her. Go to her library. You will love everything she has, all of her CDs, several singles that are out there. But definitely stepping out. Any Christmas music coming out, or do you have Christmas music in the library?
I have there are 2 Christmas songs,
Okay.
actually. We didn't do a new one this year, but,
Yeah.
there's, Little Drummer Boy.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and,
Uh-huh.
um oh my goodness, I cannot remember the other one.
Like,
It's late, but
honey, it is. I know, I'm so sorry. It's after 10, it's
no,
almost 10 for you. Yeah.
but I don't, I don't wanna end this without telling you, thank you so much, 1, for having me on, and just thank you for everything that you're doing for the artists out here.
Mm,
Your platform is amazing, you're amazing, and,
thank you.
you are really, really appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's a labor of love, and
Mhm.
I'm going to continue to do it until I can't do it anymore. Well, everybody, I want to tell you thank you so very much. There are a few comments that are still popping up. Bobby Roebuck says he enjoys the show. Thank you so very, very much. Shinier in the UK, she stayed up really late.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, from the UK. Comes on all the time. I love you, Chenier. Thank you so much. And Castella, thank you, sweetheart. That's my sister and
It's
friend, Rose
Christmas.
Lady. Huh?
Thank you. Rose
What?
Lady Edmund, thank
Oh,
you.
this
Yes,
Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas. It's
All we had to do
wonderful.
was ask Rose Lady.
On the spot. Thank you.
All you gotta do is ask the Rose Lady, and she'll be able to tell you. She's PR for everybody, and I love her for that.
Yes.
Oh gosh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you guys again for staying the long haul. Don't know what happened, but I'm definitely going to be chopping and cutting and pasting and putting this together for radio. Listen, remember what you make happen for others, God will definitely make it happen for you. I love you guys, and listen. If you could hang out for just a second, Reagan, I got some credits I need to run. But listen, you guys, I love you. Please take care. And I will see you in 2025. Thank you for making this a wonderful 2024. Take care. I love you.